from IHYM, and I'm on staff here at Saddleback on the Wild Side team. I'm here with my friend Jay Cranda, and Jay does everything social networky stuff that nobody really knows how to do. This guy knows how to pull it off. So I thought we'd kind of answer the question, why use social networking in your youth ministry? Why would that be helpful? Yeah. And for those of you who are like the majority of youth workers, they have no idea what the heck Facebook even does or Twitter does. How can you use that in your youth ministry? So maybe that's just me. Yeah. Jay, tell us a little bit about what you do here, Saddleback.
Well, my main role is that I'm over volunteers on a communication team, which pretty much is all the professional ministry. So it's a lot of the graphic design, marketing ministry, and one of the main one is the Facebook and our Twitter presence, which we call social media. Which social media is it's a fancy word for interactive web. So instead of a stagnant web page, it's social, and that's sometimes you hear that word web 2.0. It's taking the website to a more relational level. And so
I do 2.0 in like everything I do.
Yeah.
Like if I go grocery shopping, it's like grocery shopping 2.0.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, this blog is 2.0.
2.0.
If people comment on it.
If people are even going to this website, you are a 2.0 user.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You have a blog, like your mom goes on that?
Yeah, my mom makes up for all my views. So
yeah.
So, but that's okay. So that's the world I live in. I pretty much help out with everything that we do on Facebook and Twitter, which is always evolving. It's everything from very basic to I help people set up pages, to our ministry helps run all of our accounts. And we are just rolling at it and learning and evolving. And we're definitely, we learn every week about something new, something that we should have done, something we shouldn't have done. So it's social media is something that you're never going to be done with. You're never going to be, you're the guy. There's always going to be something new, and that's just the age that we live in, that there's always some kind of new tool, new thing. You know, Facebook or Twitter is always rolling up some cool new thing that you're never going to be like, yeah, you're done. That's all you got. It isn't like, newspapers where, the limit was, the new thing was color print and that was it. Now with Facebook, all the tools, there's too much to learn. So it's just taking one step at a time.
So Saddleback's just moving into like Farmville and stuff like that is really what that means.
No.
Saddlebackville.
Saddleback. That's a bad idea.
All right, so that's a great idea. What are you talking about? This is a great magazine, by the way. I'm just going to throw this on. Wired magazine. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
So good. Wired magazine is awesome. Here's a question.
It's like Obama.
How could a youth ministry? Let me ask this a different way, because that was horrible. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Why would a youth ministry want to utilize Facebook and Twitter? Let's just be really simple. How could you use Facebook and Twitter in a youth ministry setting?
Well, you would want to use it because, well, first off, you have to determine is your audience on those channels, which, if you're doing youth ministry, the answer is duh. Yeah, they have to be on there. If not, then you don't have a youth ministry. You have a retirement old people ministry. Yeah. But still, those people are on there because you guys all have your grandparents that check your accounts randomly. My grandma follows me on Twitter, which I think is awesome. So
my grandma thinks Twitter is a bird.
A bird, yeah. So you want to be on those channels because your audience is there. Your youth ministry is already there, and we've talked about this before. That with kind of the old ways that and still the most dominant ways that we communicate to our community is through maybe a bulletin that maybe you have for your ministry, and that's as easy as that you run it off a copier, in your church office, to maybe a blog or a website you own. Well, the issue there is that you have to fight for them to go there. You have to spend marketing or some kind of bandwidth energy, whatever, 5 seconds they will actually listen to you when you're on the stage on a Sunday or a Wednesday night or whenever that is. You have to get them to actually type in and go to that website, or actually to stop focusing on the the cute girl that's in front of them because they're like 6th grade and they're learning all these things. To stop doing that and actually look and go, oh, there's an event this Wednesday, But the cool thing about Facebook and Twitter, depending on your audience, they're going to be already on Facebook. They're already there. The issue is now you're just trying to fit into their home stream. So when they're looking out what their friend just ate at, in and out, they see that, hey, look, this ministry, my church is doing this. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't have anything to do. And so it's going where their eyes are already looking. And so that's the sweet thing. And the other thing is,
so it's kind of like if you were visiting a student at school or going like to the mall with a student. This is just like Facebook and Twitter is where they're hanging out.
It's where they're at, and you need to reach out. It's just another way to try to get their attention. So if ultimately you wanna reach your community, get students plugged in some capacity, and ultimately grow them to be fully obedient followers of Jesus. You want to do whatever it takes to get their attention. This is one platform they're already at. And the other thing is that it's a great conversational tool. It's a great way to stay connected, not only to get them to paying attention, but it's a great way to continually keep their attention, because now on Facebook and Twitter they're always looking. So now it's not, you just don't have this time, this 1 hour, the 1 hour of the week that you may get them, that you only have the chance to compete to get their attention. And we all know that the issues that they spend more time with their parents and all this other their friends. That now on Facebook and Twitter you can communicate to them 7 days a week. You have to build that trust so they continue to listen to you, and that's all about being relevant on those channels. But now you have their attention. Now you practically have their number to text them anytime you want. You don't want to abuse that. Yeah. But
we do that. We do that in Wildside. I mean, we have in our student ministry we have like a text program. So we send out like mass text, and then they can respond to the text, which is kind of cool too.
You guys rock at that. Yeah.
And then we have a Facebook account for high schoolers. Junior high, we really don't have Facebook. Not very many junior high kids are on Facebook, but high school students are on Facebook. What about Twitter though? I mean, Twitter. Yeah. I use Twitter. Yeah. And people that are 40 and above use Twitter. Yeah. But like our junior high kids, do you think really using Twitter? Do you know the stats on that?
It's a shoot.
Or even high schoolers.
It's one of those things that it seems like the preppier the area, the more people use it. I don't know. I know for our church, Twitter is one of those things that I think we have like 10% of the people that follow us on Facebook actually follow us on Twitter too. So we lose a lot of people on Twitter. For us, the Twitter seems to works better with leaders and pastors that want to hear what Saddleback's doing. But our congregation, they're on it, but a very small percentage. So that's why I would say if you're ever going to take a first step into social media, jump on Facebook first. I mean, there's 600 million people on it. The assumption is more people are on it. You always want to go where the people are at, and most people are on Facebook. Twitter would be number 2, maybe number 3 to think about. But the cool thing is that if you want just to go simple, you can hook up your Facebook account to automatically send your posts to your Twitter account. So you technically don't even have to worry about it. If you just want to do something on Twitter and not even think about it, you can do that. You just set up a Facebook page, and you just go to facebook.com/Twitter, and it gives you the ability to push your post to Twitter. So even if you don't get it, at least do that.
Yeah. All right, so for our friends out there who have no idea what we just been talking about for the last few minutes, what would be...
Are they on a computer?
I don't even know how they're watching this right now.
Okay.
They're not even on a computer. They just... this is getting beamed in somehow.
Telegraph.
Their brains got telegraphed. What would you tell someone who's never used... What would you tell someone who's never used Facebook or Twitter before? Where would they start? I mean, they're hearing what you're saying, and you've just talked Chinese for the last 5 minutes. So, like, what are some simple ways that they can get going in, like, Facebook and Twitter to learn how to use it with their kids?
Well, I would say first step is just go to facebook.com. Go to facebook.com, and they have a very simple deal where it says sign me up. It's very simple. It's the first thing you'll see. You just type in your information. You just need to have an email account, and you'll set up an account. And I would say set it up and find out. Find a couple friends that you know. Maybe it could be anything from students to maybe you have kids or whoever, some family member and some close friends, your community. Find out how your group of friends use Facebook, and just set up an account and friend them. Don't friend everyone. You don't need to be some friend guru and have to be connected with everyone.
But friend me.
But friend Rob.
Friend me.
And friend me and Jay Cranda.
I need more friends.
So just find out how it works within your own context before you branch out and advertise it with your ministry. First, become good at it, a little bit, and figure out how it works. Figure out, once you understand these words, what a profile is, what a wall, a page, how to like. If those don't make sense to you,
that's a like.
Yeah, that's a like. If those don't make sense to you, then maybe you shouldn't create it and advertise it this weekend. First create the page. Create your own personal account. Get signed up, and then friend a couple of people, and just kind of interact. And and have an experiment, time. Give yourself 2 weeks to kind of get familiar with it. And I would always say YouTube, Facebook 101. There's so many videos out there. There's so much. If you just Google how to use Facebook, there's so much out there to just learn. And but that's what I would say. Just start doing it. Create it and just add a couple friends and see how it works.
Didn't Conan O'Brien say there's something new coming out? It's called it's Twitter and Facebook and MySpace put together.
It's Twit Your Face.
You Twit Face. That's
Face,
coming. So that's just a little nugget of information for you guys. You recently did with all of Saddleback, and I say that. Never mind. You did it with the old people at Saddleback. I'm assuming kind of a how-to Facebook, right? You did a workshop on how to use Facebook for the first time.
Yeah, it was a very it was actually very diverse in age groups, and it was very simple because I know a lot of people want to use it, but you'll assume everyone's on it.
Mm-hmm.
That out of that 600 million people that have created an account, that doesn't mean they all get it. They say 90% of the activity on your websites are casual observers. They'll jump in, maybe once or twice a week.
So they're not wearing ties when they're just wearing sweatshirts.
No. They are not very involved. They're just casual. They kind of just want to see what's going on and then get off. And then you got 8% that just very rarely do stuff. But there's 1 to 2% that are highly active that do all the posts. They're the pastor, the student, the relative that that has Facebook, Twitter. They dig things. They're on Tumblr. They do everything, and it's usually that.
And we're back. Camera broke. We might even be at an angle right now. I'm not sure. Let's just keep rolling with it. So I guess my question was before we got destroyed, and you won't even be watching this. You gave up watching this 5 minutes ago. So the thing that we just did with Saddleback, is that something that is going to be up somewhere that people can see what went on, or is there notes, a PDF of what you talked about, or is that not at all? This is a waste of a few seconds.
It's a very new class, so we've done it 2 times now, and we are at a place where we want to perfect it before we really send stuff out, but we will have some opportunity. It's very basic because it's very basic. Just the heart was that we know that we're going to be using Facebook and Twitter more in the future, and we know that some people in our congregation may not get it, so we're going to help train them. So we just did these Facebook for Dummies class or Facebook boot camp. We're still messing with the name, and it's just one-on-one. It's, hey, here's the value, because a lot of people go, why be on Facebook? What's going on? Well, like with anything, it's a tool to reach your community. It's what was the benefit of the telephone when it first came out? Well, now you don't have to, send a letter. You could be anywhere in the world and talk to anyone. I mean, that's a huge ministry opportunity. You don't have to spend all that time and money to travel. Now you can call people. It's the internet. Now I can send messages, and it saves time and a lot more connection. Same thing with this tool. It's just another tool to build on relationships that you already have, and it's a great resource. So we just use these classes to help train our congregation.
Cool. And I think I'm just going to point them, shameless plug for your website. If you go to, is it Jay Cranda at Blogspot?
It's hyperthinking.
Hyperthinking.com.
247.com.
All right, if you go to hyperthinking247.com, so hyperthinking247.com, Jay's website, blog, that has everything to do with social media. That's all you talk about is social media.
Yeah.
And
my son.
And his son. How old is he now?
6 weeks.
He's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well done.
Thank you.
So if you want to go to hyperthinking247.com, then every week you can go up. You're going to post often now?
Yeah.
If we do this, everyone's going to go to your site and check it out.
I post twice a week.
Twice a week. I post 7 times.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He
doesn't have a son.
I don't have a son. I have a dog. And it's so the same.
Yeah, it's similar.
It's very similar.
Wow.
My daughter who's my dog, has so much more hair though.
So rude.
She should. So anyway, if you go to his website every single week, he'll have some stuff that you guys can check out. It'll be a lot more helpful probably than what this was. This is our first attempt at doing video, whatever this is, and I'm gonna kind of maybe Jay will come back later and do something good next time. He'll do Anyway, thanks for coming to IHYMYouthMinistry.com, and I don't know what we just did.
It's angled.
It's angled this way, so people are looking at us like, huh?
Glad to talk.
This was fun. And comment below if you hated this. Let me know. Or don't tell me. If you hated it, it was Jay's fault. If you liked it, it was my idea. And if you have any questions for Jay, leave a comment. I'll send it over to Jay.
Cool.
And yeah, that was good. I'm gonna turn this off.
I'm going.
Yeah.